What's going on, everybody? This is Lauren with the TMF podcast. Today is Thursday, March 8th. I'm going to do a little recap here on what I have been doing in the stock since I've just moved into a new house, set up a new studio. So I have not been making any videos, but we're going to kick it off with this one right here. And this week, I made some serious coin on Romeo Power Inc. Let me tell you, Romeo had a hell of a run on Monday. I'm going to go back to our daily chart here. And you can see where we're at here. Boom, this thing shot all the way up 1370 on the low. And I caught Romeo at about 970 right here, about 970. And I rode Romeo up all the way up to 1370. And then I sold on the way down and I cleared about 5,500 bucks on Monday. And then I sold it, watched it go back, and Romeo had a hell of a run, and then it sold off the next 2 days. The market was actually pretty red. Tuesday and Wednesday wasn't the most beautiful days. So that's what happened with Romeo. We look here at our hourly chart. There was some news that came out that's caused this sudden spike. As you can see, it's been trading down like the mid eights, and then today it was back down into the low tens, which is unfortunate. I do listen. I was bullish because this was forming a nice cup here, and then it just didn't form the cup. So we kind of lost our momentum on Romeo. But after hours, it's sitting at 1050. Tomorrow, it could have just filled the gap. And now it might get that back up to that $12 range. We'll see what happens when we look at our hourly chart here. I'm going to go back to 4 hours, and you can see where it's been. Big dipper. You know, if we look at our 4 hour, that's a big cup and handle, and we could actually see this thing rocket back up. It has been in this territory before. Everything above that, with what's going on in the EV world, good news for Romeo Power, big contract. So it is promising that this stock to the upside. If you're long term, definitely to the upside with where it's at. Another one that I actually caught this one up, didn't sell, and rode it down to the dirt and lost a good chunk of my profits. XL Fleet. I actually caught XL on the Cash App Biggest Movers. Watched it ride up, caught it, rode it up a bit. I was up like $2,000, just over $2,000 on it, and then I just held too long, and it just came back down, and it's on its way down still. They had news where they got an order for 19 trucks. Stock kind of spiked, shot up a little bit. But everyone says it's just completely undervalued right now. It shouldn't be this low of a stock. And we go to our daily, you can see it's just been a downward bull flag. I mean, from 35 all the way down to $8. I mean, even before then, it was a $10 bill. So, let's keep in mind, this is trading low for no reason at all, unless it's just a victim of what's happening in the market as of late, which is unfortunate. So XL Fleet definitely still in a good buy. It's been moving. It actually jumped today a little bit. It was down. It's had highs, they're 50, 60-cent jumps. So hopefully this can regain some momentum and maybe pop out next week. I checked this one out today. Star Peak Energy. Boom, shot up out of nowhere. It did peak one point like 22% up, somewhere around there. And actually I was kind of FOMOing it. I felt bad. I did. I thought I was like, man, I just missed out. Like this was it. This is my ticket to get back some of my losses. I wrote it up and I sold. I was like 300 something change and in the green, and went back to Romeo, and Romeo just let me down, man. Romeo just slipped me a little bit of that red pill. Another one that shot up today, Blink. Blink had a hell of a run. Look, I have just been extremely skeptical as of late on market open, because usually this is a solid bull flag. However, we've seen far too often where we get this initial bull flag run and it ends up just being a tremendous trap and it sinks. You know, Blink, it was kind of following some of the other EV plays. Go EV had a heck of a run too. But again, look at that. You could have bought in here and still at one point have been down to the 970, even though it did finish to the upside. The dip is tremendous. You're talking open at 988, dipping down below 980, you know, into the red at one point. It just is crazy, this first little bit in the market, and how it's bouncing around. Um, you know, Blink's the same way. I watched tomorrow. Look at that. This is a good example. Shoots up, boom, rockets up, $2-3, drops down, rockets up, solid bull flag, and then it's just bearish the rest of the day. Currently up at 1.3% in the after hours, but some of these guys, the run is just, it's almost a fake run. When we look at this thing on the longer term, like a 4-hour chart, and you're thinking that's a solid bull flag up, but this could also be a head and shoulder, and it could just come tumbling down. These things just tend to lose momentum so fast. Those are the main ones that I was watching as of late. I haven't been really following AMC and GameStop, mostly because they're just trading sideways. If you want to follow in on that, 979, it's gross. Gross. That it got all the way up to almost 15 and came back and it's now below $10 again. With movies coming out and stuff, it should be definitely above that. Charge point, my charge point call, eating a fat D on that one. It's just getting hammered for no good reason. I have a load Comstock call. It's trash. Just holding it because at this point it's not worth selling. GameStop at 170. You know, the honest truth is that GameStop holding this level for so long is rather impressive. Excuse me. Getting late, getting tired. That's just the truth on that one. If you're in GameStop, man, just hold it. It's not going down. Stock offering didn't affect it one bit. Going into Friday, my plan is to try to recoup. I've got 1 day trade left in the account that I have most of my money in. So we'll see what happens. You can always watch Upstart, man. Look at Upstart. Look at Upstart. Look at this. Giant bull flag, multi-day runner, falls on its face. People think it's gonna go to 80, and their puts just got murked. Don't let them fool you. The puts got murked. You look here, like 5-minute chart. I mean, it crept up in the after hours, but it gave it up, man. Look at that. 128 down. It gave up almost $10 in the first freaking hour of the trading day, and then it regained, and it just wiggly wobbly. It's like go home, Upstart. You're drunk. That's what it reminds me of. So going into Friday, man, I don't know. Anything could happen. We've been in a crazy market that makes no sense. That's what I do know. I know that I'm going to look for something that has a solid bullish flag, and I'm going to YOLO that sucker. So don't do as I do unless you risk losing it. I definitely was up like 7,000 at one point this week, and now I'm down to being up about $2,000. I think I've given up 5 in a couple trades, and it's really just, I was gonna hold it. This ended up taking that, trying to move it over, and just regain a little bit. But hopefully you guys are doing well out there, and you're making smart decisions, and you're not FOMOing it, and you get that portfolio to grow a little bit. $1 a day keeps you happy. Keep it in the green. That's what I have to remember. You can always come back for more. Get you a little green. You can always come back for more. So good luck trading out there, guys. We'll see you tomorrow.